So I got involved in martial arts, it wasn't something I intentionally was kind of seeking. It was around New Year's Eve, and a friend of mine, actually a colleague, as a joke invited me to try a boxing class. And at first thought I was like, this is not for me, like I like to keep my face. But I said, I'll come keep you company just so you're not alone. I went with her one night, and after doing one class, I turned my 1 week pass into a month pass and then into a year. And ever since then, it's just the thrill of just wanting to consistently prove that I could be better. So it's kind of an instant / adrenaline moment where you just know nothing, but it's like survival instinct. And if you just feel like your opponent their goal in that moment is just to inflict pain, it's that we're naturally wired to kind of defend ourselves. And for me, I didn't realize how strong I was until I had my first, it's called a demo fight. And to be honest, I didn't like the feeling of hurting somebody, but when I got hit in the face, that kind of just goes away and you're like, the strongest will survive. So being a woman, especially growing up, I lived in Scarborough most of my life, and not that, communities are communities, but I didn't always feel the safest, especially because I was always going to school late or working late hours. And I always had this daunting feeling that, can I defend myself if the worst was to happen? And now that I'm fully trained in Muay Thai is actually what I do, it kind of gave me that sense of peace. And not so much that, I'm, capable of hurting somebody, but the ability to properly defend myself. In order to stay an active fighter, the saying is, it's not really, okay, I'm gonna get ready to fight now, it's staying ready, right? So it's not that, the hardest part is the sacrifices that you have to make, and not just from like a dietary perspective or training perspective, but also the sacrifices, meaning I can't participate in certain things because I have to devote all that time to training, and training essentially makes up most of my day. So it's hard, but it's one of those things that I would rather stay ready than all of a sudden feel like I'm putting myself in a situation that I wasn't fully prepared for. And speaking of sacrifices, for me, those that know me know I'm very close with my family, so that meant a lot of family time had to diminish in a sense, because I had to go train, or I had to go for a run, or I had to go meal prep, or I had to go bring all my food with me somewhere because they wanted to go out to eat or something of that nature. So the hardest part is staying ready, but not just physically, mentally, and what it means to be prepared for a possibly upcoming fight.